People they borrow for the ground. Small picking they die from suicidal. White and black with a fight and them. Oh, when I don't it make us say, you know, this life gets us sweet. What till we don't see? Oh no, this life gets us sweet. What till we don't see? Now they can't become more. Now they can't be they go. This life make me take up judge. Anything you do, good or bad, you go remember the life. This life make me take up judge. No go to kill yourself for people who ain't no send you. This life make you take up judge. One day, all your hustle, you'll pay. This life make you take up judge. And I ain't calm down. So don't do this life make you take up judge. Daddy, calm down, yeah, mommy, calm down, this life make you take up judge. What till we get where we no receive? Sure me not gonna give us all, make me take up judge. Live for God, oh, love your neighbor, now so this life go balance, so everybody calm down. Yeah. Just one yard, just one yard. Oh no. Listen. Life, it gets us sweet. What till we don't go see? Oh no, this life gets us sweet. What till we don't go see? Oh man, hustle for the dollar. People know they sleep just to hammer. Good boy turn to Casanova. Cindy understanding from Small galley get the bigger. Small boy cruising on the road boy. People where they walk.
Yes, I think we are almost. This is 5:54. So we good to go in a few minutes. 2 minutes time. Yes, it's 6 p.m. sharp, and we are starting now. Yes, welcome. Okay. We are going live now. We are live already. Okay, we are starting now. Dami Bemi, thanks for coming. Johnny Sog, Easy Baron, Teens Are Flame Official. Thanks, guys. Okay. Let's still wait a little bit before we go. Welcome, Lema Gali. I am Deleyosh. Welcome. See, let's begin to invite our friends. Let's begin to invite our choir members. If you know of any choir member around you, any of your friends that are choir member, please begin to remind them. Let's pack this place full. Let's pack it full. Yes. Flash them, call them. Yes. Let's wait for them. Call them for every choir member you know, every musician, any instrumentalist you know. Yes. Begin to call them in. Yes, begin to call them in. Welcome everybody. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Then a small fan. Okay. You must. Okay. Lemuel, you must. Lemuel Gallery. Tommy Dami. Yes, you're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. Taiwo Dele, you're welcome. Oh, I'm so happy to see you, ma. Oh, I'm glad to see everybody. Yes. Let's keep reminding everybody. Oh, let's keep calling everybody. It's time. It is time. Oh, let's really sit down and it's time to learn. I hope you have your writing material. We are all going to learn a lot, and I want to assure you, you are not going to leave here the same way you came, because this is going to be a life-changing event for you. We are going to really allow God to speak through to us. We are going to allow him. We are going to be open-minded. We are going to learn from each other. So feel free to send in your question, your contribution. Feel free to send in your comments. Everything is needed, because this is for us. This is what we need for this now, for this time. I thank God for this opportunity. I don't take any of this for granted. I thank God for this opportunity. It has been a while this was coming, and I've been trusting the Lord to make this a reality, and I'm glad that today is taking up a reality, and I'm so grateful to God about it. And I know that it's going to be a wonderful time tonight, this evening. So, choir drama, Kilode, everywhere. What is going on? What is happening? This has really been a great, a burden in my heart for a while, and I thought it was just me. I began to sample opinions. I began to ask questions. I began to ask people in choir, what's happening? What's going on? Is it like this? Is it like that? And I began to compare notes. I said that, come on, this is so rampant. This is almost everywhere. Is there a choir that is free from this drama? I said, there's some drama you can literally smell from the gates. smell it from the first time you step into the rehearsals, and you're like, kilele, this is serious. And there are some subtle ones, sophisticated ones, covered under tongues. My God, you will never, you have no glimpse of what it is until you enter, and you now see that, hey, this is like a lion's den, and it's worrisome. Some people have an opinion that this is how it should be, how it has been from the beginning, as a Lucifer was the Baba choir, and because of all those things now. So there's nothing we can do. Let's just accept it like that. This is how it will be. You either stay there and be strong and face the strong thing, or you get out. And that's why you find so many talented people, blessed people, gifted people. They are not in choir because they don't want drama. So without wasting much time, I would bring up our guests. Please, when he comes up, let's really celebrate him. Let's give a high five, everything we can do to make him feel very welcome. He's tommytush. I'm sure we all know him. And for those that don't know him, today you know him. He's an icon. He's a popular name in this industry, and God has been using him mightily, especially when it comes to choir ministry. He's not a JJC here. This is his field, and I have been tremendously blessed by him, and I'm sure you would be. He's a renowned music coach. He's a director of music. He's a worship. He's a director of music. He's a don of music himself. He's a songwriter. He's a singer, and he directs music at the Sitter House of Grace, Lekki, and he's the CEO of MED Music City. I have been a recipient of that music school, and I have not been the same. I've not recovered. May I never recover. You will get to learn a lot about. So sit tight. This is the time for us to learn as we bring him up here. Okay, let's get him. Let's get him up. No, I don't think. Hold on. Okay. Trying to get him. It's already okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Let's welcome tommytush. Yes, I have to do that. It's a great privilege to have you. It's a great privilege to have you here. I know how busy you are. I know how busy you are, but it's really, 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 I really appreciate this coming up to spend your time with us. And I know that we are in for a great time today. I know we are in for a great time today.
Amen.
So I hope you can. Please, if you cannot hear me, please can you just let us have a feedback so that we can correct ourselves and do. If we want everybody to benefit from this. Okay. So all right, tommytush. This was something that this is something that we have spoken about behind the scenes. We have, and I'm sure that this is not a like a strange ground terrain for you. This is something you have been, you have got a lot of experience in, and there's no other person who can talk about this better than you. Before I called you in, I was talking to the people. I was like, choir drama everywhere. As in, you would think that it's just your particular, church setting. Maybe is better elsewhere. But when you get into there, you see that it's this almost the same. It differs from degree to degree. I said there are some ones that you literally smell from the gates. There are some ones that are packaged under tongues and all that. But when you get into it, you see that in fact, it's the one that is under the tongues, that is serious one, the strife there. He tie wrapper, he carry gele, and he's wearing the sunshade. I say, so I just don't. I know some people have that school of thought that, this is because it is Lucifer wanting, so it is our birthright. So there's nothing we can do. Let us marry. So choir unit just for the strong. To balem here, just walk away. And we have lost a lot of people, a lot of talents, a lot of skills, a lot of minds. They don't also want drama. This choir drama. So today we are majoring on strife. Strife is our focus point today because we have so much about drama. But today we want to really deal with this subject topic called strife. So, tommytush, from your experience, what do you think? Why do we have so much drama in our choir? Why do you think so?
Maybe the choir the drama team now. They are tired of. Okay, so let me look at it from this perspective. What is strife? And if you look at the old strife thing is not new to today's generation, right? Preparing for this, I just began to think that there's nothing that is happening now that doesn't have a Bible history. So strife has started from Bible days, and we can look at the old strife that happened between Cain and Abel. All right, Cain and Abel. I mean, that's probably like the first strife that we can see in the Bible. Cain and Abel. I mean, so if you look at that, for example, these are blood brothers. Okay, blood joined them together. And yet Cain saw that Abel's sacrifice was accepted. Abel and his sacrifice was accepted, and so Cain decided to kill his brother. But before he killed his brother, he saw him sad. He said, if you do right, would your offering not be accepted? So, but he didn't give attention to it. We can go ahead and look at the whole strife between the sons of Jacob, okay, Reuben, Isaac, Issachar, Zabulon, all that they had with Joseph, the beef between them. You see, all of those things have been happening from Bible days. We can see it, okay? See what happened between Abraham and Lot, okay, where they had to fight over a piece of land, all those things. So, it's a whole lot of things. There are different things that causes all of these issues. And I think that anywhere you have two people, there's bound to be some form of friction. Those who, if you have ever been in love or in a relationship or married, you will know that no matter how much you like each other, no matter how much you are into each other, there will be times where there will be some clashes, right? You would see things in a way, and your spouse or your partner will not see things in that way. So my issue is not that we are having frictions in the church or in the choir. My issue is, number one, the kind of friction that we are having, the kind of strife that we're having. For example, so let me say number one, the kind of strife that we are having. Number two, the frequency of that strife, so to say. Okay, so if a man and his wife have disagreement, and that disagreement doesn't mean that they don't love each other, And it doesn't mean that the next morning the wife is leaving the family or the husband is leaving his home.
Yes.
It was just a disagreement. I apologize and move on. And it's not like they have that disagreement every day. So it tells me that I can have a disagreement with my keyboardist. I can have a disagreement with a co-tenor singer. It doesn't mean that I hate him or I hate her. It doesn't mean I want to leave the choir. But if that disagreement happens every now and then it's happening over very, very immature issues, very, very small issues, costume. I've heard, I've seen people in the choir argue over who should be in the front. It's a mass choir. So this person wants to stay in front, another person wants to hold the mic, and so they are arguing on who should hold the mic, who should not hold the mic, and then it became a... And then I'm like, really? Someone... Nigeria, it happens even in the United States, it happens in Europe, especially in most Nigerian black churches. I mean, the other day they were telling me about a choir, they were arguing in the US, and they sat for 2 hours arguing on what to wear. And they were arguing last week, we wore this one the other day. I mean, all of those things, and then you are wondering, why are these things happening? So let me just say something briefly before we move. So I was able to itemize a couple of things. Number one, the reason why we have all of this strife in music teams, the reason why we have all of these things is because, number one, everybody wants his or her own idea to be the top idea. So I call which we follow. See, 60 pounds in the category, and so I go with the 60. But my experience directing choir has taught me that the people that are the 40% in the vote, that is, the minority, may actually be the ones telling us or giving direction to the right decision that should be taken. Okay, so many times one of the things that causes strife is people feel that their idea must be sought, and when it is sought, it must be accepted. And I tell people that is not so. It is very, very important for a choir director to ask for opinions. Okay, can everybody hear us?
Can you hear us? Sorry, we had a little network glitch. The video has been paused.
Okay.
Are we back now? Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear? Please,
I'm sure they can hear us now.
Okay, can hear us now. Sorry, it's on now. Okay, good.
Right.
Go on.
Thank you, sir. So, as a choir director, you must. It is good that you seek for the opinion of people, of your members, on taking decisions. Now, please understand that. Okay, I should go back on my first point. So my first point, I was saying that a choir cannot thrive on democracy, okay, or a situation where everybody wants their own idea to be heard. So what that means is that as a choir director, I cannot make decisions based on how many people are supporting me. Okay, because there are some times that the decision has been supported by the minority. So, and then I cannot also, if you're a choir member, you can't also think that because you made a suggestion, then your suggestion must be accepted. And so when your suggestion is not accepted, you feel that something is wrong. No, nothing is wrong. Your own is to make a suggestion based on whatever decision is being made in the choir. Leave the acceptance to your leader. Your leader can either accept or not. Now, I'm a choir director. There are times that my senior pastor calls and he asks for my opinion and the opinion of people based on something, and I make a suggestion, and my suggestion is not taken. Or my pastor even asks me one-on-one, and I say this is what I think, and then he feels we should go in a different direction. I'm okay. He's the senior pastor. My opinion must not be accepted. So there's this mindset we have that whatever we say, it does the thing that must be accepted. And that's where that's where fight comes. Okay? So the moment you start thinking that way, then the moment your opinion is not accepted, you have an issue. And I always tell people that as a choir director, you are under a pastor. It doesn't matter how old my senior pastor is. My senior pastor says that, Tush, this is the song I feel that the choir should sing today. Yes, my senior pastor can decide to ask me that, okay, what song are you guys preparing? And say, okay, sing it. But there are times where the pastor will say, okay, I feel that the choir should sing this particular song. It is my job to tilt in that direction. And so if I also tell the choir members that, okay, this is what I feel the choir should wear, this is what I feel the choir should sing. Now, I can ask for their opinion, but also as a leader, I can decide to say this is what I feel they should do, and everybody should align. So that's where maturity comes in. Everybody should just be mature, all right? So it's important for you as a choir director to ask for opinion, but you should also understand that as you're asking for opinion, the board stops at your table. So when everybody gives their suggestions, then with your wisdom, you have to know, Holy Spirit, which direction should we go? Because if you choose A, you cannot come. And you see you people now, you said we should go for A and see how A went. No, you take responsibility. Okay? So that is why strife happens in choir. Number 2, strife happens in choir because many times people are trying to change people.
People are trying to change people.
Yes. So you come into the choir, so let me give you a practical example. There was I don't know, maybe these people are watching this live now, I don't know. So there was a time somebody came to meet me and was telling me about another choir member and say, you know what, Tush, this particular choir member, she's too saucy, she's too this, she's too that. I mean, she's not mature for the kind of music team we're trying to build. We need to, so the suggestion was like, maybe I should cut her off and make her not to lead, make her not to back up. And look, I said, okay, you know what? I don't have any issue with this person. I understand what you're trying to say. This person's personality is very, very, how they and all of that. But in my mind, I was like, this is why we have church. If there's an issue with our character or with our attitude, I can't, because of send her away from choir, because this is where our character can be fixed.
Exactly.
If I send her away from choir, how are we going to fix our attitude? And then because she's not conservative like you, doesn't mean that something is wrong with her. Okay, so I said, I'm the choir director, so I'm going to continue watching this person. But I was like, look, you can't change people. Many people want to change people. This person lived with her parents for probably over 20 years. Her parents couldn't change her. She's probably married. Let's assume she's married. She's been married for maybe 7 years. Could not change her. So what makes you think that you are the one that is now Jehovah El Changer? That's
Jehovah El Changer.
That will now change. So please don't come into the choir with a mindset that I want to change this person. I want to change that person. I want to change this person. No, you cannot change people. Okay? It is only God that can change people. If people have, and then even if you are saying you want to change someone, you have to be sure that what you are trying to do is not that because this person doesn't behave like you or doesn't think like you, So because you are someone that you just do normal palming, and then this person is someone that does pink hair and does this one hair,
Different,
and then you have an issue with them. That is your personality. This person doing different hairstyles and doing long fingernails and all of those things is our personality. Leave her alone. Don't try to change people. The moment people feel that you are changing them, they will fight back. Number 3, another reason why there is strife is when you don't realize who you are musically. So many times people fight that setting because you don't. So I don't realize who I am. You don't realize who you are, and then there's a lack of sense of identity. So when there's no sense of identity, there will be strife.
Exactly.
So let's bring it to relationships. So you can imagine a man saying, "Am I not the man in this house? Don't you know I'm the head of this house? The wife submit." All of those things. If I realize that I'm the head, I don't need to tell you.
Exactly.
I don't need to act as the head.
Exactly.
You understand? And if you don't now realize that I'm the head, I don't need to announce to you that I'm the head. All I need to do is to step aside and allow your body to be working on its own. Let's see how you will see when the head is no longer there. So when there's no sense of identity, people begin to fight. Now, how does that play in? They start fighting for roles. I want to be the lead. I want
singer.
to be the assistant. I want to be this one. Because you have a healthy sense of identity. I can be in a choir and I'm not the head of team, and I'm not any whatever. I will have in fact, that's when people enjoy me the most in that choir. Okay, so because your identity is tied to a role. So because they didn't tell you to back up, because they didn't tell you to lead a song, because they didn't wear your kind of costume, you are having issues. So number 4, you will have strife in choir the moment you are in a wrong place. So let me explain that. There are some times that no matter how good you are, no matter how mature you are, no matter how spiritual you are, being in a wrong place, there will always be fights. There are some places, some music teams and some churches that they have done is a war zone. Is a war zone. There's nothing you can do.
Yes.
There will be fights.
Say that again. Yes.
Is a war zone. So many times it's just important for you to vamoose, to leave. There will be fights. And the reason why there will be fights is the foundation is faulty. The foundation is faulty. There are some foundations that, I'm sorry to say, I respect pastors a lot, I respect men of God, but there are some pastors and church leaders that they have set a wrong foundation for their choir, and it's making things difficult to build upon. For example, I've heard choir directors tell me that the pastor will come and meet them and tell them that this person must be in the choir, whether the person can sing or not. This person must be in the choir. There are some, so many things, So when the foundation is faulty, when the vision is wrong, when things are wrong in that place, I'm telling you something, there will always be strife. Number 5, one of the things that causes when you are majoring on minor things. When you are majoring on minor things, So like I said, you will step on. So being in the choir, I have had people come to meet me and they'll be like, Tush, I was not, there was a time I told my choir members a couple of years back, I can't remember right now, maybe 2014, I can't remember. I said, you know what, guys, if I hurt you, if I do something that you don't like, don't go and tell somebody. Walk up to me. So I'm giving you that permission. Walk up to me and tell me that this is what you did. And you know what? I had like 2 or 3 people come to meet me and say, you know what? There's something you said during rehearsal. I wasn't okay with it. It felt like you were talking at me. And I said, what was it? They said, okay, no, that's not what I meant. And then we exchanged pleasantries. There was another time that I had to call someone and say, you know what? Okay, let's talk. What exactly happened to you? And by the time we talked, we laughed each other. She cried. She was my good friend. She cried. At the end of the day, we spoke, and she said, you know what, I love you. I love you too. You know you're my friend. And we settled. So the problem is many times people major on minor
Minor
things.
things.
So they are irrelevant stuff. Like the other time, I want to hold the mic. I want to be the one in front.
They told me to go
I
to the
want
back.
like,
Petty things.
so these are the things is like, and I will link that majoring on minor things to the fact that you don't have a vision. You don't have. So this is your job. If a choir director listening to me, you need to paint a big vision for your choir members. There must be a deep sense of purpose and vision. There must, because if you are a big picture, leading song is not going to. I mean, right now I'm. It's not. Look,
It's
right
not
now
a problem.
I'm thinking. Next Maverick City. How can my choir be the next Faith City? How can we conquer the? How can we begin to write songs and record songs that people will sing all over the world? How can we begin to have great? So if everybody in the choir is seeing that vision, where are we going to have time to be fighting over
songs? God, Jesus, in fact.
So I'm talking to you quite directly. What is your vision for yourself? What's your vision for? And then what vision are you painting? What
is your vision?
If your choir members every Sunday, if that's all they see, then they will keep on fighting. If that's all they see is on Sunday. So everybody is fighting to sing on Sunday. But if they are seeing beyond the four walls of the church fight, they will fight. In fact, if you understand the import of you ministering on Sunday, many of you will run many of you will run.
In fact,
not singing.
It's true.
Because I mean, you don't understand. I think some people they want to be empty. You don't know what it means to be empty. If you really know what it means to be empty, they will announce your name. You will say, "Excuse me, I'm not doing."
You will run. You will run. Oh wow, wow.
See, being a choir director is a role that hey, God, Jesus help me. You will sacrifice, and the people you are sacrificing for will still be put in the face, and they will still be castigating you. People will talk about you, and you must not say anything. You will fast, you will pray, you will sacrifice. So many times, sacrifice your dreams, and you don't understand what it means.
In fact, I can imagine. Wow.
So when a sense of vision, when you don't have that purpose, you will keep on fighting.
Yes.
When you have another point I'm making there, that's my number 6 or thereabout.
Yes.
When you have immature people, immaturity. I'm telling you. I mean, I've heard of several cases. I mean, I'll just be like, really? I mean, is that what you are fighting? Immaturity is one of the reasons why people fight in the choir. Immaturity. I mean, I've had times fight because somebody called me by name. They didn't say Mrs.
Right. Yes, I've had that too. I've had that too. Oh God. Immaturity.
I mean, the choir you are coming from, you were the people call you pastor, and you join a new choir. Please don't expect them to call you by any title. There was the time I told my team members, I think it was 2 years ago, so I said, look, call me Tommy. Don't call me Oga. Don't call me boss. My name is Tommy. That's my name. Call me by my name. But some people are so immature that they must add a title to their name, and they must say, why are you talking to me that way? So immaturity at times. Immaturity is what makes people anyhow. So when you don't know how to talk, immaturity sets in. You just talk anyhow to people that you are in choir together doesn't mean that you are mates. So you also need to be able to know how to respect people.
True.
Okay?
True.
Yeah. The first time when I became MD in my church, I think that's 2005, everybody in choir were older than me. Everybody.
Oh.
They're older than me in age. They're older than me in educational status. I was a graduate. All of them were postgraduates. Some of them were about to get married. You know, all of those things were happening. So even though I was the choir director, I was the leader, I still need to know how to respect them. So I would say, yes, ma'am. But when it comes to rehearsal, I comport myself. I don't order them around, but I make them know that, okay, this is what we are doing. Now, I had issues because at first, I didn't know how to confront people. I remember one of my choir members, you know, her name is Stebai. I mean, we are still very close today.
Yeah,
She'll come and meet me and say, Tush, thank you. She'll come and meet me and be like, Tush, you know what? People are messing up and you are not confronting them. Don't allow them to use your age. And she was also in the choir. She's older than me. She'll be like, you know, when they are wrong, tell them that they are wrong. Now, I could not be like, how would I confront this person that you are wrong? But I had to grow into that, to know how, when I'm in choir, I'll tell them, why did you come late? Why are you this? But outside of choir, I now know how to relate to that person with respect. So, maturity will make you to understand that even though and my MD, when I'm as in my MD is my boss, and so he can tell me to do things, and I must not take. That's maturity. Maturity.
True.
Make you who is younger to know that you may be the star in that choir, and you are the one that's bad. So after you have done all of those things, you know how to respect other people that are not as gifted as
you are,
but they are both. It's just simple.
True.
Respect.
Mutual
now,
respect.
Let me say that point here. I just remember this right now when it comes to vision. Many times, one of the reasons why they strive in the choir is because everybody is not focused in the same direction. So we don't have the same vision. We don't have the same purpose. So some people are in your. See, let me tell you something, though. Some people are in your choir because they have seen the auditorium. For their live recording, they don't send your choir. They don't.
Opportunist.
Opportunist. So many times when we are not going in the same direction, it will affect. There will be strife. So if you are going to Boston, the people in the car, they want to go to South Africa. You are going to US, South Africa. There will be war. So I always tell people, join a choir. Make sure you do your findings. Find out from them, what is their vision? What does this choir stand for? Is this, so maybe you're someone that you're a songwriter, and then you want a choir where you'll be able to express your gifts as a songwriter, and you write songs for the choir. And this choir is a choir that their own structure is that they will not sing any song from any choir member. They will only sing songs that are written by John Dickey.
Ejika Walker and them.
Yes, thank you. There will be in that choir. So you bring in your songs and they will not accept. I had a training yesterday. I was talking to choir directors in the Global Music Leader Summit, and somebody asked the question that, what happens when you are in a church where you are the choir director, but you also have your own ministry outside of church, and your pastor doesn't want you to go out? So I said, as part of what we find out, when you are joining, as the pastor, sir, they usually invite me for ministrations outside of church. Will you allow me to go? So if your MD will frown at it, or your pastor will frown at it, they know that you cannot join that choir.
Instead of going for wahala. True. Exactly.
Because many of you know that you are itinerant ministers. There's nothing wrong in it. So I get, for example, my pastor is okay with that. When I have ministrations outside church, I tell him, and is choir okay? Choir is okay. You can go. There are times where I'm not in church on many Sundays, and some people are wondering, where's Tush? I'm in another church. okay, ministering. I'm in another church training that choir. I'm doing all of those things, you know. So my pastor understands that. But I told them that the caveat is that make sure that if you're a choir director and you have itinerant ministry, make sure that your choir is priority. That is, your choir is no.
Yes.
Don't suffer. Thank you. Because once your choir starts suffering, you need to leave that office and focus on your
ministry.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you,
Wow.
ma'am. Mutual focus. Mutual focus. Let me stop there for now. I think someone posted a question.
In fact, we are going to attend to questions shortly, but I just wanted to ask something now to you. Now, I have observed that this thing that we are talking about, called stripes, is coming from different quarters. We have this first segment of strife among choristers. Then we have strife among choir leadership. Because I've heard of some churches or some choirs where before they agree on the song, the area music director will have to approve before the head music director, then the music director, then the choir pastor. You understand? So Saturday night they are still agreeing on the song because the pastor mommy or the music mommy pastor has not, has not approved. So you see clashes even on Sunday morning when they are already introducing them. Now let's welcome the best choir on earth. They still don't know because there is a lot of tension, strife going on. That this is the song we sing. I had it in the dream. There's tension. So that's now. Then there's now another kind of strife that comes between leadership and choir member. I think you have really done justice to that. Now let's focus on that strife amongst choristers. Then the strife amongst leadership. Let's really zero down in that. Yes.
Now, you see, the issue with that leadership strife is because the structure is too much.
Yes.
You see, when there are too many offices and structure, it chokes. That's the word. It choke. I made a mistake as a choir director in 2014. Yeah, I think it's 2014. I made a mistake. I was trying to put structure into the choir. So when we're going to start, I now created about over 20 offices. Okay, we had 20. I had admin head, assistant admin head, welfare head, assistant welfare. So many offices. By the time we were doing appraisal after the end of the year, it was obvious that there was a lot of problem. Why? Because when you have too many offices, when you have over structure, I like that one. But no structure is worse. Thank you. So I discovered that there's always power tussle. So you will find out that the person costume is also feeling like a boss. So there's somebody in the choir who doesn't have a role, who doesn't have any office. The person that is head of costume is now feeling like, because I am head of costume, I'm a leader, then I can also command you. So many times when the structure is too much, when there are too many offices in a choir,
trouble.
You have issues.
Yeah.
You will have trouble. So when you have a song decided by one pastor another pastor before, there'll be trouble.
Right.
So I always advise, this is my advice. Let the choice of a song or the choice of songs to be done or the choice of who to lead songs, let it solely the role or the job of the choir director. Let it be solely the job of the choir director. If the choir director is now not capable enough, that is when you can now have pastoral oversight come in and say, okay, when you make this decision, let me see what you have decided. Okay? And the moment you spend the time, let's say for 6 months, 1 year, if it's still pastor that is deciding songs, then that means that the choir director is a figurehead. That means you either need for another choir director or find a way of fast tracking of that choir director. Because it is tasking for a pastor to be thinking and praying about the service and the sermon, and to also now be thinking about what song we start.
Yes.
Who will lead the song? And the choir director, take that headache off your pastor.
Off your pastor.
Take that headache off your pastor. Take that headache off. I mean, I remember many times where we'll have special programs, my pastor will not even bother asking me what song are you taking, who's in the song. He knows over time that Tush will deliver. He will just tell me we have a program. I'll just ask him, what is the theme? What picture do you have? In fact, sometimes I will not even bother asking, because I've worked with him to the point I know what he wants. I know that he just wants excellent music ministry. So that is just the in thing. Let the director decide the song. Okay. Now, the moment you start having 3 or 4 pastors deciding what song you will do, there will be trouble. Another problem that occurs. Yes, another problem that occurs is where you have a head of team, and then you have a admin head of choir, and then you now have music director.
Trouble.
So music director will now say that person came late. The person cannot lead the song, and then they will not communicate with the music director on time, and then they will not expect the music director to either change the song on short notice or give somebody else the song to lead. And those things are not easy. You can't just expect the music director to change the song on short notice or to give somebody else the song to lead. So many times you have the union between the HOD, the admin head, and the music director is usually not one. So I always say that it's better that if you are going to have that structure, let the HOD focus simply on administrative work. Let the music director focus on the technical side of the choir. Let the music director focus on the choice of song, all of those things. So if you are the HOD, don't bother yourself about music things.
Don't bother yourself.
Let the music director focus on that.
I hope we are hearing. I hope we are taking notes. This is serious stuff here.
Behind the scene, you guys can work. So you can sit down and say, so let's say you can say, for the month, what are the songs you want to do for the month? And I also tell pastors, there are times that pastors will send song. I will say, I want the choir to do this song tomorrow. Please, pastors are watching this live. It is not that easy. It's not that easy.
Hey, oh my God.
Elevation music song or Maverick City song that you listen to and like it's easy. I'm sure how many of you know Faith City Music? Faith City Music is the director is a Tim Bauman.
Yes.
Please go and Google them or go on YouTube. They're one of the dopest music groups right now. Please, many of that family say, I want my choir to be like Faith City Music, and then to be like Maverick City Music. Let me tell you something. Please come closer. Let me tell you. Come closer.
Yeah.
Music rehearses 4 days a week, at least 6 hours every day.
Wow.
6 hours every day.
Are they all
for 4 days? Of course, obviously, many of them will be on full time. So the question is, how many churches can staff their choir members to be able to make that? So many times you pick a song and then you want the choir to perform the song
overnight
in 24 hours.
Why the people that wrote the song took them days and weeks? That's one thing I don't understand. They won't consider instrumentally everything, just take the song because it's sweet. Oh my goodness.
Exactly. So by the time on Monday, Pastor A is still talking with Pastor B on the song. By Tuesday, to Pastor C. Pastor C is now deciding on the song. Then by Thursday, they are now talking on, okay, what song should we do? Then Friday, they are still deciding when we choir rehearse the song.
Yeah, the song.
That's why there are times when I'm doing training, I'm doing a training for a choir, and they're talking about their language. I tell them that, why don't you guys decide on the songs you want to do from the beginning of the month? I mean, there are times where I will arrange praise and worship song. You know, I'll arrange praise and worship songs for the whole of the month. Some of my choir members in Lagos can attest to that fact. I mean, that was even before the lockdown, shortly after the lockdown. I will arrange praise and worship songs for the month. I will arrange it and I will post. I say, these are the songs we are doing on these Sundays. Now, there are different structures you can operate. You can tell the worship leader to choose the song, and then the worship leader arranges the song and then sends to everybody, and then over time you can rehearse, because it's better that way, that I already know that these are the songs we are doing. I can begin to listen to the songs from beginning of the month. But if you are telling me the song 4 hours to the time, there's no how.
Especially in the Lagos of today or in Nigeria of today, when you have so many things to do. So there's no how. There will not be strife now, because music director will be hungry when you come to choir rehearsals. You don't score the song, so there will be wahala. This is this is the big. This is.
I mean, you know that there was a choir that was telling me, the choir was complaining that they don't play and sing hymns very well on Sunday. I said they should be rehearsing the hymns on time. He said that the pastor actually, they give them the hymn they will sing on Sunday morning when they are in church.
True.
Even Orthodox church that they do hymns, they don't do hymns. It's not on Sunday morning they rehearse him. They would have rehearsed the hymns at least on Thursday or Saturday. Now you are now a Pentecostal charismatic church. And it's on Sunday.
Maybe the spirit, tommytush, maybe the spirit has not yet led to that song. Maybe that Sunday morning, me one sorrow, me one sorrow on Sunday. So, any blame one, you know.
Okay, so I think at times we need to also have a round table discussion with pastors to make them understand that no matter how skillful a singer or a musician is, they can't just bring songs out like that.
Yes.
No,
tommytush, sorry, I just have to just cut you short here. There's so much. In fact, we can't exhaust this thing today. You are coming back, you are coming back. Definitely you are coming back. It's an open invitation, because we are not even gone halfway, because this thing called strife is really deep. I'm seeing a lot of questions here. Somebody is saying that what's the difference between a choir director and a music director? Because, you know, there's this confusion. Who is in charge? What is, as in, so that let's understand. You say choir director, music director, are they the same?
So they are not the same. They're not the same. So let me say that as a music director, you can be a music director and you may not be the head of team for the choir. So what that means is that the job of a music director is to cook the music. Cook, I mean COOK. Cook. As a music director, you cook the music of the choir. You give direction to the music. As a music director, you are responsible for the technical aspect of the choir. Okay, you are training, you are directing rehearsals, you are arranging songs, you are choosing songs, you are choosing leads, you are every technical part of the choir, you are the one giving direction to it. But for a choir director, basically what you are doing is you have oversight over the choir as a whole.
Oh, okay.
A choir director and you don't have the music skills to be the MD.
Okay.
In that situation, bring somebody to be the MD. So I've seen many people that are MD and they cannot score song. You are not MD.
Are you hearing?
Simply choir head of.
Are you hearing? In choir director, a music director, you cannot score song. You are not a music director. You are a choir master or a choir director. Choir master.
Choir master. You are a
choir master.
You say you are MD. You cannot arrange parts. You don't know how to communicate in music terminologies with your basses and your keyboardist, you just tell them, come on, play tanana tanana, play tanana tanana. What is tanana tanana?
Tommy
You
Tush.
can't,
Oh my
you can't tell
God.
your you can't
I will,
tell
ha-
people what to play.
I will have to stop you here, Tommy Tush. I will have. There are so many. In fact, Tommy Tush is on fire. There is a lot from where that came from. In fact, it is. But finally, before we call this a wrap, because I won't want us to exceed an hour. Finally,
Okay.
how do you think? What's your view about the style of leadership? How does it fuel or quench strife? Because we know that yes, this strife they happen, but you know there are some leadership style that influences this strife. You know that yes, people are prone to strife because of this unbrokenness and this and this. But you know, as a leader, there's a way you behave that will fuel it and make it top notch. You know, we have degrees on this thing, and there's a way
Yeah.
you do it. I'll quench. So,
Yeah.
what do you think about this?
So there are two things I will say to that. Number one, as a choir head of team, make sure you always preach love and teach your people. Preach love and teach. Many times people are still battling with their flesh. So teach your choir members how to love, how to walk in love. Tell them that if they have an issue with someone, they should not tell the third party. They should walk to that person and tell that person, brother so and so, this is what you said that hurt me. And you see, this thing always works. The moment you have an issue with me and you walk up to me and you don't tell somebody else, we are able to kill it.
Kill it there.
But the moment you tell somebody else, the person will come and say, Tush, that's how the guy does. He did it last week. He did it. And so the matter escalates beyond proportion. So make sure you teach your people how to walk in love. Number two thing is, as a choir director, ensure that you don't show favoritism or partiality.
Please let's tweet that. Please let's tweet it.
Yeah.
Because that is the cocoa.
Don't show partiality. Now, the caveat there are sometimes that people may think that you are being partial. It will happen. It will happen. Trust me. But ensure that between you and God, you are not being partial. For example, there are times that people will feel that you have a special liking for someone because that person is always the choice in leading songs or choice in backing up. There are times you can't escape that because if this person, there are sometimes that my pastor will particularly tell me that I want this person to lead worship. I will not come and tell the choir that pastor because I'll be putting my pastor in bad light.
Trouble, yes.
So it is my job to figure that out. There are times that I also look at people. I know that this service, some people cannot handle certain services. Some people, you don't score song, you don't do this one, and I see that this person is delivering. I will always go for the person that delivers while I'm waiting on you to step up or while I'm training you. So, but in your heart, don't show favoritism. Don't say words that will make people feel like this person is the best in the world.
Yes.
Choir member, even if you feel like somebody is the favorite, ask yourself, why is this person the favorite? Can I also do what this person is doing? So many times you are not chosen not because you are hated, but because you don't have capacity. See, you may not like me for what I just said right now, but it's the truth. People, trust me. If you are very good at what you do, it's scriptural. Nobody can resist you. Go and write it down. If you are very good at what you do, even when you are sick, they will beg you to come and lead the song. Nobody, even if they hate you, there are many people that don't like me. That they don't like or they don't like my stuff, but they cannot negate the fact that there are results. They know that no, this guy is good at what he does, even though we don't like him. So please don't try to make people like you in the choir. Don't force yourself to be liked by people. Be good at what you do, even when they don't like it come for you. So those are the two things I will say on that. Yeah.
Okay. favorite. Somebody is saying that please speak more on favoritism, because this is one of the issues that we have that has fueled a lot of strife. Favoritism, partiality in our own language. People, leadership is shaking, tilting into a particular direction, even when neglecting even the good ones, because we know that they can only give what they have. Leadership that don't know what love is cannot show what love is or teach what love is. So I want you to talk about that thing, because as Africans we read in a certain way, and favoritism is mixed up. So if you are not loyal to your leadership, they will not give you mic. So the struggle of mic, if you don't cook for him or send him recharge card, sir, 10 times, do what other people are doing, they won't give you a slot. It's inside the culture, inside. So we see it displayed there.
So to make that clear, one of the things you have to do as a choir director is this. Let people be clear about what it takes to do certain things. So tell them that this is what I used to do. I say, I will announce to choir members that this is the song we are leading. If you want to try out a lead for this song, send me a DM. Let me know that Susho, I'm scoring this song. I want to try and lead the song. So I will note it down. So I'm letting you know that the choice of who will lead the song is not based on who I like. It's not because I'm dating someone, or it's not because this person is bringing food, or it's not because I'm sleeping with somebody. No. There's something like that. My hands are clean. Nobody's sending me charge card, sending me food. Nobody, no secret romance somewhere. There's nothing like that.
Free for all, is clear, transparent.
Yeah. But many times, sometimes it's a particular set of people that are always trying out the lead for the song. So if out of a choir of 50 people, consistently there is these 5 people that are always saying, I want to lead the song, I want to do this. Excuse me, I will always choose from that 5.
What if the others don't have the gift of boldness? They can sing, they service him, but they don't have the gift of boldness. In 2 minutes, let's wrap it up so that we can wrap it up. Yes.
So there are 2 things to do there. If you feel that sometimes as a director, I would sense that some people can do it, but they are not just bold enough. So I will now go and meet them. I can go and meet them and say, why don't you try this out? Okay, you know what? Let me rehearse with you secretly. You may not even lead the song, but I can rehearse with you secretly so that I will help to bring out your boldness. And I've done that for many people. I do that for.
That is it.
I do that for many people. But you have to also understand that as the choir increases, nobody is going to come and meet you because you are not bold. Because there are times where your MD is under pressure to deliver in a short time. So there's pressure. There are many programs. So it's not every time that the MD will have time to come and meet you. So what I will tell you is that please receive the spirit of boldness in Jesus' name.
Amen. Mom, we have said it all. Tommytush is coming again. We are doing this again for sure. We are doing this. But give us a parting word. Give us just a parting word as we take your leave.
Psalm 133 from verse 1 to 3. Oh, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together. It is like the oil that flows from the head of Aaron down to his beards and down to his skirt. When a choir is united, they are anointed.
Yeah, say
that again.
Tweet that.
United. They are anointed. Unity is the new anointing. That scripture says that when we come together in unity, it is like the oil, it's like the anointing that flows. So please, I'm begging you, as a team, please pray together. That's number 1. Pray together. Number 2, pray for one another. It is very difficult for a team that prays together and pray for one another to fight. It's very, very difficult. Pray together, you pray for one another, there will be unity, and then the anointing will increase. Let your choir go and study that 3 verse 1 to 3, and please pray.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In fact, my book is full. I'm still going to go and digest on it. There are so many things that we are going to upload this on my YouTube page, so you can go over, you can share with friends. This is something we need to be here. We need to, enough of all these strife left and right, choir member having wedding, choir member boycotting wedding, and she's left to sing her praise worship by herself because they are beefing. Enough of all this. Somebody is trying to sing and you see, instead of clapping, everybody are giving eyes. Enough of all this. The devil has had a field day. It's time for us to speak for God. Unity can still prevail. Love can still prevail. Love, harmony can still come back to that choir. And I believe that as whatever we have learned today, and that scriptural verse, oh, how good it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Let's sit on that verse till we come back again. Watch out for my space. I'll be giving us the announcement when we are doing this. This has come to stay. We will be gathering here. We'll be doing this thing. We need until it sinks into our head. May the Lord help us so much. Tommytush, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Please, let's follow him on his social media handles. He is a wonderful, wonderful teacher. I think there's a teaching going on for all the music director that is online. Please go and visit it. There's a training going on right now that will really be a blessing to you. In the multiple of information, we can strive out, we can win, we can do this. Yes, enough of pushing our members out to the secular world because music choir practice has been turned into a lion's den. Enough of that. Let's hold on, and this is where it starts from. Just a one person you can be that change in your choir, starting from you. Yes, you can be that change. You can start it and quench that fire. Quench all those nonsense. Let's stop it. We can do this. I believe we can do it. Say no to strife. Forward ever, backward never. I love you so much, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Till we come again. Stay blessed and have a lovely weekend. Thank you so much. Bye.